Hello everyone, this is Srikanth, working as assistant professor in electrical department. Now we are moving to very important topic, that is super mesh analysis. So why super mesh analysis? Why you require the super mesh analysis? We already know about the mesh analysis as well as nodal analysis. Then why you require the super mesh analysis? Anything difference between mesh and super mesh? Yes. We have some small difference, mesh analysis and super mesh analysis. So mesh analysis means when we have the n number of loops, then you can find out the loop currents. Same as you can find out the loop currents using super mesh, but when we have the ideal current source between two nodes. Between two nodes, I have an ideal current source. Then I need to follow the super mesh technique. Okay, we'll check it now. Which steps we have for mesh analysis? Same step, same procedure for your super mesh analysis. Okay, so first one is we need to identify the number of loops. So in circuit we have n number of loops. It means we need to identify the number of loops and give the current direction. So for each loop I need to give that some direction, current directions. And third one is apply the KVL rule. So Kirchhoff voltage law rule, I need to apply in that loop. Then find out the loop currents. I need to find out the loop currents. Then find out the unknown values. That where you require the values, there you need to find out the current or voltage. Okay. Now, here I have a small circuit. So observe this circuit. We'll get like what is the super mesh analysis. Okay. Now, here I have like voltage source, series with a resistor. Same thing in V2 also we have voltage source, series with a resistor. But in between I have one current source. That is ideal. I have one ideal current source in between two nodes. So in between these two nodes I have one current source. Then what is the voltage drop in this current source? Okay, we'll check step by step. Now, what is the first step? First step is identify the number of loops. So here I have two loops, clear. Then second step is I need to give the mesh direction. That means loop current directions. So first loop as well as second loop, I give the current directions. And first loop current is I1 and second loop current is I2 as usual. Next. And third step is I need to apply the KVL rule. So I need to apply the KVL rule in loops. Each loop. Then for KVL rule I require the voltage drop at each element. So what is the source voltage drop here? V1 voltage means we'll get like minus V1. Current direction upwards. So we'll get like minus V1. Then at R1 I have only one current. So at R1 we have only one current means I into R, that is nothing but I1 into R1. So V equal to I into R. V equal to I into R. So at here at R1 place I is nothing but I1. At R replace with R1. That's it. Then coming to like a R2, how many currents we have? Again we have only one current. Then I2 into R2. Coming to V2, we have like minus V2. Then what about current branch voltage? So in this branch, what is the voltage drop? I need to write the equation for first loop. That means I want to know about the voltage drop. So here I have the voltage drop. Here I have the voltage drop. Here I don't have a voltage drop. Then how can I write the KVL equation for this loop 1? Same as loop 2 also. For this, we have to follow one analysis, that is super mesh analysis. This is my super loop now. In this circuit, I don't have now I current. I have only one circuit. So only one loop. So only one loop means I have this is my super loop. Okay. Now check it for super loop. one element voltage source we have. In this R1 I have the voltage drop. R2 I have the voltage drop. And same thing, voltage source I have the voltage drop. So closed. So from this four elements I have voltage drop. So I don't have like current. Now we are removing the current, but I have some value there. I value some current source I have. So for this we have any equation? Yes. At current source I have some small equation. Just observe I1 direction at I in this branch, I source branch. Your I1 direction is downwards and I2 direction also downwards. Okay. So if suppose this is your node, at this node I1, I2 and I. So this is the I1, this is the I2 current and this is the I. Then at particular node, incoming current is equal to outgoing currents. So in this node I1, I2, that means I1 plus I2 equal to your I value. So at current source we have one equation, that is I1 plus I2 equal to I. Okay, just remember, just consider any one node, incoming currents and outgoing currents. Incoming currents equal to outgoing currents. Incoming currents are I1 plus I2. And what about outgoing currents? Outgoing current is I. Then at current source, ideal current source, we have an equation, that is ideal current source equation, that is I1 plus I2. For this circuit, I1 plus I2 equal to I. For this circuit only. Okay, we have different circuit, means we have different currents will get. Write the equations now. From current source we have the equation I1 plus I2 equal to I. Coming to like super loop equation, so how many voltage drop we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 voltage drop we have. Just write that voltage drop equal to 0. So minus V1, I1 R1, then I2 R2 and I V2 equal to 0. Here why minus? Suppose coming to V1, it's a voltage source, or current direction is your super loop current direction and your current direction, I1 current direction. So in this loop I1 we have and your super loop current direction, both same direction. So we need to write as it is minus V1. Coming to R1 place, my voltage drop is I1 into R1. Here also your current direction is same. Your loop, super loop current direction as well as your I1 current direction. Both are same. Okay. So we will write like I1 into R1. So this is also completed. Then coming to here at R2 place, your super loop current direction is reverse with your I2 current direction. So I2 current direction and super loop current direction, both are reverse. So we need to write the minus of I2 into R. So that is minus of, not plus. In generally we need to write the plus when the super loop the current direction as well as your loop current direction, both same, means we need to write the plus. Here both are reverse. That means we need to write the minus I2 into R2. And coming to source voltage. Source voltage, here current also reverse. Reverse means minus V2 replace with plus V2 equal to 0. Here two equations. We'll get like two unknown values. So find those mesh current, that means I1, I2 value, and then find out the unknown values. Okay. Using like equation 1, equation 2, we'll get like I1, I2 values. So using I1, I2, if you want like find out I value, means you can find out the I value. If you want to find out the R2 value, means you can find out the R2 voltage source value. R1 voltage source requirements, you can write, you can get the R1 voltage source value also. Okay. This is about super mesh analysis. So we'll go for small problem, then we'll clarify this super mesh. Now same circuit, but voltage source 5 and a 2 ohm resistor, 3 ohm resistor, 4 amps I have here and 10 volts I have. Same circuit, we'll go step by step. What is the first step? your first step is identify the loops. So you know how many loops we have, 2 loops. And what is the second step? Apply the current direction. So same current direction I have. So I give the current direction as per your source. Then apply the KVL rule. So for KVL rule, voltage drops, write the voltage drop clearly. So we have the 2 currents means when you write the 2 currents, voltage drops. We have single current means when you write the single current voltage drop. So here voltage is minus 5, and at a 2 ohms resistor, I have only one current means I1 into 2. At 3 ohm resistor, I have only one current, that is I2 current, I2 into 3. And coming to voltage 10 volts, we have the minus 10 volts. That is voltage drop across each resistor depending upon your loop current direction. Now, at 4 amps current, I can't write the voltage drop. For this, I need to go for the super mesh or super loop. Okay, and give the direction, any direction. So I given the direction like loop 1 direction. I given the loop 1 direction. Just observe. Now write the equation for ideal current source. I have one ideal current source. So I need to write the equation for ideal current source. Clear? Then how can I write the ideal current source equation? So consider any one node. This one node or in this node, any one node, incoming currents are equal to outgoing currents. What is incoming current here? I1 is even incoming current in this branch. Same thing in this branch I have like I2 current, and in this branch I have I current. Incoming currents equal to outgoing currents at particular node. So then your I1 plus I2 both are incoming. So I1 plus I2 equal to 4 amps. Here you can write like I1 plus I2 equal to 4 amps. Then, so we have ideal current source equation as well as super loop equation. At super loop equation, minus 5. So minus 5, and voltage drop here I1 into 2 ohms as well as I1 into 2 ohms, and coming to 3 ohms, the loop direction and your super loop direction both are reverse. So I2 direction as well as your super loop direction both are reverse. Reverse means when you write like minus I2 into 3. Then voltage source also. In voltage source, the current direction is upwards and your super loop direction is downwards. So minus 10 replace with plus 10 equal to 0. Here 2 equations I have, 2 unknown values. That is the I1 plus I2. That means mesh currents. So you can get the mesh currents I1 and I2. So this is about like a super mesh analysis where we have the ideal current source. There we need to use the super loop and write the equation for ideal current source as well as super loop equation. Here we have only 2 loops. So we have only 2 equations. If you have 3 loops also, we will get the 3 equation. In the 3 equation, one is your ideal current source equation and one more is super mesh equation. Okay. So this is about super mesh analysis.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.